So as soon as I hooked it, I knew it was something different.
At first, Brian Elrott had no idea how big of a catch he had hooked.
And I was about to throw him back, but curiosity got the best of me. I said, I'll go.
It just so happens Brian, a UVM graduate student, was fishing with an expert from the Lake Champlain Science Center.
His eyes almost popped out of his head. He knew what it was right away. He said, we're keeping that fish. No one's ever caught that before in the basin. He said, it's a tench.
Tench are a sport fish from Europe, but haven't really caught on with fishermen in the U.S. 10 years ago in Quebec, some escaped from a pond into the Richelieu River. So scientists knew it was only a matter of time before they'd make it to Lake Champlain.
They reproduce very rapidly.
If their numbers grow, they may compete with sport fish, or even with fish already threatened. Scientists say the only benefit they could see of having tench in Lake Champlain is that they may eat another invader that's an even bigger problem.
So there's a good chance that since we already know tench eat mollusks, other clams, they'll probably eat zebra mussels.
But likely not enough to make a dent in the population. This discovery comes just as researchers are beginning a study to try to find ways to keep exotic species like zebra mussels and water chestnut from getting into the lake, often through the Champlain Canal. And new regulations are also being drawn up for bait buckets.
What we have no control over whatsoever, except by education, is the public who take it into their own hands to bring a new species into the basin. So public education is incredibly important for people to understand that the next species may look fine where it came from, but could be devastatingly dangerous.
Researchers believe that's exactly how alewives got into Lake St. Catherine. Meant to be food for the sport fish, now threatened.
They're devastating. They've wiped out native species, they brought some to extinction. They could have a really negative effect on our fisheries here or on our ecosystem.
The state's trying to come up with a plan.
But if these were to ever escape into Lake Champlain, I think the consequences could be devastating.
In hopes of keeping yet another unwanted surprise from turning up on someone's hook. For Champlain 2000, Tom Hellick, News Channel 5.